Hi everyone, welcome to my detailed video demo on Wazuh, a powerful open source security information and event management, which is SIEM, and extended detection and response platform. In this video, I'll walk you through every single step of how I installed and ran Wazuh using Docker on my Windows laptop, including all the commands, why they matter, and what they do. Wazuh is essential in cybersecurity because it collects and analyzes data from endpoints, detects threats like malware or intrusions, monitors logs for anomalies, manages agents on devices, and helps with compliance. It has key components which are the manager for analysis, agents for data collection, indexer for storing data, and dashboard for visualization. I'll explain everything in detail as we go further, so you can follow along or replicate it. Let's start with verifying my environment setup. So the first place you will visit is your Windows PowerShell and ensure you are logging in as an administrator. So I need to verify that my Windows subsystem for Linux, which is WSL, is actually set up correctly. Since Docker on Windows relies on WSL2 for better performance and compatibility. So WSL allows running Linux environments like Ubuntu directly on Windows without a virtual machine. So I have opened my PowerShell as an administrator because some commands need elevated privilege. So I'll run WSL-L-V. As you can see the results. So this command lists all WSL distributions with the L here, and then the verbose output is the V, which shows names, the state, and the version. So as you can see, my Ubuntu is running and my Docker desktop is running, and they are on version 2 each of them. My Ubuntu is installed already, so this is the recommended high performance version 2. If it was version 1, it would be less efficient for Docker. That's why we are using version 2. So this result confirms that my base Linux environment is ready. Now we will switch over to my Ubuntu terminal. This is my Ubuntu terminal. It's opened already. So this is where I'll run most commands because Docker works best in Linux via WSL. So the first thing is to verify that my Docker is installed and integrated. So we go Docker --version. This is the result. So this shows that the Docker client version is installed correctly. It confirms that my Docker CLI is available in Ubuntu thanks to Docker Desktop's WSL's integration. The next command I'll run is docker compose version. This checks Docker Compose, a tool for running multi-container apps like Wazuh. So it has shown the version, and the compose belt here is built into Docker now. So there is no separate installation that is needed anymore. These checks ensure that my environment is stable before deployment. If Docker wasn't found, for instance, I'll toggle on my WSL integration. Let's go to my Docker. Okay, this is my Docker. If the Docker was not installed, I'll go to my settings, and then I'll go to resources and toggle on WSL integration, and then I'll click on this Ubuntu here. As you can see, mine is set already. That's why my Docker is able to run efficiently. Now let's deploy Wazuh version 4.14.2, which is the latest version as of today. So I'll start with my home directory pwd. This is my home directory. So we type the command sudo apt updates sudo apt upgrade -y. I inputted my password. So sudo runs as super user. Apt updates refreshes package list from Ubuntu repositories. And then the apt upgrade Y here installs updates without prompting rather. So this ensures that my Linux is up to date. 1. Avoids compatibility issues with Docker or Wazuh. So this took a few minutes and everything is set up. The packages are installed and everything is normal. So now the next thing we'll do is to prepare for Wazuh's memory needs. So we'll type sudo cctl -w vm .max _map _count equals to 262144. Okay, let me cross check if it's correct. Okay, this is the result we got. So this temporarily sets the kernel parameter for max virtual memory maps to 262144. This prevents crashes. So we'll make this permanent by echoing it. So I'll echo and then I'll type vm.max _map _count equals 262144, and then I'll close my echo. Click on this. Okay, so it is echoed. The echo outputs the string sudo ta this, and it appends it to the config file. Now we'll try to reload it. So we go sudo cctl -p. This is the output we got. So this reloads the config, applying changes without reboot. This is the output. So these steps are crucial because default Linux limits are too low for Wazuh's database. So now, still on this terminal, we'll try to clone our repository. So we do git clone https github.com. I think I inputted it wrongly. Let's go again. Git clone https Yeah, I got the command right. Git clone and then this. So as you can see, the destination path already exists and is not an empty directory. So this loaded within few seconds. So what happens is that git clone actually downloads the code -b. Let's go there. Here, -b, and then the version, and it specifies the stable range. So this pulls Docker compose files for single node setup. So now the next thing we'll do is to change directory. So we go cd wazuh-docker /single -node. As you can see, the directory has been changed. So we've entered into a new folder now with all config files. Let's generate certificates. So we have docker compose -if generate -indexer -set yml run -rm generator. So now this Docker compose f uses the specific YAML file. So the run -rm actually starts a temporary container that auto deletes. Generator is the service name. So this creates self-assigned SSL certificates for secured comms between components, essential for encryption. As you can see, the certificates are being created right now. This is the command. Certificates are being created. So now the next thing we'll do is to start our services. So we type docker compose up -d. So this launches our manager, indexer, dashboard, and firstly it's supposed to download images, but I've downloaded that already. It took me about 20 to 30 minutes, and then it was set up. So this up here actually builds or starts containers. The D here is the detached, which is the background. And then let's check something else. So to confirm that we are successful, we'll do docker compose PAs. As you can see, it is successful because the names, services, status, everything created, the port comes up. So this shows that my PS is successful. So now let's try to access our dashboard. I'll switch to my browser now. So this is my browser. Let's check https localhost. So we are using https because it is for security purposes. So we get a warning: certificate isn't trusted by browsers. So we'll click on advanced, and we click on advanced. As you can see, the results we get. So when you click on advanced, you get a warning that asks you to proceed to save locally. You click on it, and then you input your username. Let's say my username is admin, and my password, let's say it's secret password. Toggle on login. Not now. Okay, it is loading now. So this will direct you to the home page, which will show overview metrics. On the home page, you can change your password. You can just do lots of things. As you can see, this is my home page now. This is the overview. I toggle here, and as you can see, explore endpoint security, threat intelligence, security operations, name it, whatever you want to do, you can do. So here I can change my password immediately. I'm just trying to explore the website for the purpose of this video. So as you can see, this is how it looks. So I can change my password, which will prevent unauthorized access from anybody at any time. Only I can access it. Okay, let's say I want to reset my password. I'll click on here, reset password, and then I can change my password from the current password to the new one. Okay, let's try it. This is my current password, right? And I want to fix in something else. So as you can see, I have typed my new password and they said my password strength is actually strong because it is a combination of um, various characters, the uppercase, lowercase, a digit, and one special character. So I'm resetting my password now. Okay, so that was actually successful on my end. So now we'll go further to add an agent and exploration. So basically the next thing we'll do is to add new agents. For instance, as you can see, it says here deploy new agents. That means that no agent is registered. This, for me to deploy agents, will mean I'll begin to monitor my endpoints. So this big button here, deploy new agent, is Wazuh's guided wizard that gives us step-by-step instructions, including the exact download link and installation commands tailored for your version. So I click on deploy new agent. So as you can see, the pop-up window comes up, and then we'll wait for it to load before you pick your preferred agents that you wish to deploy. Okay, this is the overview. It's coming up. So we have Linux, Windows, and Mac OS. So I'll select Windows because that's my operating system. And as you can see, it displays the version and everything for that I need to deploy this particular agent. Successfully downloaded my Wazuh agent. This MSI file is actually the agent package that will run on my Windows machine, collect logs, monitor files, and send everything to my local Wazuh Manager. So let's continue to installation. Now that the download is completed, I'll switch to my PowerShell as administrator. So on my PowerShell, I typed this command and got no feedback, which actually means that I am working perfectly correct. So why there's no response or output is that the Q flag here means quiet or silent mode. So it tells Windows installer, which is the MSIEXEC, to run the installation without any UI pop-ups, progress bars, or messages in the console. So when the command succeeds, which it did, no error message appeared. It simply finishes and returns me to my prompt here. So if there had been an error, maybe a wrong file name, a missing MSI, permission issues, or whatever, I would see a red error message. So since I didn't, the agent is now installed on my system and configured to connect to my local Wazuh Manager at localhost. So this silent install is the recommended way for production and demos because it is clean and fast. Okay, the PowerShell command from the Wazuh Dashboard wizard has just finished running. Let me explain what happened. So I pasted and executed this one-liner, invoke web request. This command was actually gotten from my deploy agents website where we went earlier. Let me show you. Okay, here where I was trying to deploy agents. This is where I picked the command from, and I took it to my PowerShell and typed it here. So here's what it did. This invoke web request downloaded the agent installer file, which is the Wazuh agent, directly from the official Wazuh package site. It saved it to my temp folder. Then the MSIEXEC, this command I ran, made the Windows installer to install the MSI package silently. The Q here stands for silent or quiet mode. So there was no pop-up windows or progress bars. The parameter Wazuh Manager here, which is 127.0.1, which is my local host, told the agents to connect me to my local Wazuh Manager at this localhost command. So this 127.0.1 is the loopback IP, which is the same as my local host. No red errors appeared and the prompt returned. That means the agent is now successfully installed on my Windows machine. So silent installs are great for automation, but they don't show feedback. If it was a problem, PowerShell would have shown a red error message. Now the agent is installed, but it is not running yet. I need to start the Wazuh agent service. The service name is Wazuh SVC. So now let's run the agent. So we've reached the end of this video demo, and I want to be honest with you. After a lot of troubleshooting, I successfully installed the Wazuh Manager, Indexer, and Dashboard using Docker on my Windows laptop via WSL2. I got the dashboard running at HTTPS localhost. I logged in with my admin credentials, which I showed you earlier, and I explored the interface, the metrics, the alerts, the settings, everything is live. I also downloaded and installed the Wazuh agents on my Windows machine using the official MSI package from the dashboard wizard. The installation command ran perfectly, which I showed you. It downloaded and installed silently. I started the agent service with net start Wazuh and it reported success. However, in this local step, this service shows as stopped here in get service, which means the agent hasn't fully registered with the manager yet. So this is a common real world issue. Oftentimes it needs the authentication key imported or a small configuration tweak to fully activate. So in a production environment, you can paste the enrollment key from the dashboard wizard, restart the service, and verify the agent appears in the agent list with active status. Once connected, it will simulate threats like file modifications to show real-time alerts in security events, file integrity monitoring, and more. So, Wazuh is a powerful open source SIEM or XDR tool, and I'm really proud of how far I got setting it up on my own machine. This was a great learning experience for my tasks. Thank you for watching. If you have questions, do well to drop them in the comment section. See you in our next video. Bye.